James, it's the end of the year.
What? No, it's not. Not yet.
It's December.
It's early December.
No, it's like middle December.
It's like middle December.
I know it's middle December because that's when my student loan payments are, and I felt all of that money drain out of my account. It's the middle of December.
Oh, no, Kevin.
We're near the end of the year.
Okay. Well, happy mid-December.
It's a lame-ass holiday, but all that happens is you have to make a student loan payment.
I mean, it's better than Happy Monday.
But what the middle of December means is it's prestige time for movies. This is when, if you are a movie studio and you want an Oscar,
yes,
you gotta fucking push something out right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So anyway, do you want to talk about superhero shit?
Up and away, Kevin.
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Turn the lights and grab a seat. Pour yourselves a whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these feature releases by the movie trailers. We're trailer hits. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're trailer hits.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's fucking Trailer Hitch. Hi.
What are we doing up there? I don't know.
I mean, we're in the cloud. We're a podcast.
Yeah. Someone could be listening to our podcast on a plane.
That's true, too.
Yeah. So when you said...
I'll probably be editing this on a plane.
So when you said it's a bird, it's a plane... You could have you were half right with the second one, but it's a podcast too. Look, it's Trailer Hitch right up there.
Yeah, we're right up there. Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm James. This is our best intro yet, I think.
Welcome to Trailer Hitch, where we talk about movie trailers. We rate and review them on a scale of need to see more, or never need to see.
That's a good scale. I love it. I've always loved it.
Both like a trailer. We will see that movie, report back to you guys in a segment called Trailer in the Review, in which we review the trailer in retrospect and the movie writ large. And tonight, the trailers are Triple Frontier.
Okay.
Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not superhero. It's like just a bunch of like army dudes robbing the cartel. But what I posit, dear listener, is aren't veterans the biggest superheroes of them all?
God bless you, Kevin. God bless you.
So on top of Triple Frontier, we also have Brightburn.
Yes.
Which, hey, what would happen if Superman landed and he was a dick? It's basically what's going on there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Superman kind of is a dick anyway. But...
And then we have this little indie called Avengers Endgame that we'll be talking about. Don't know too much about it.
I feel like you've made that joke so many times.
It's because there's so many fucking Marvel movies. But first,
we have another trailer for a movie that we have talked about in the past.
Yes.
It's for Marvel's Captain Marvel.
Aptly named,
yes.
All right, so we're
going to be
doing...
Disney's Marvel's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we can't forget all of the corporations that are involved or will be sued to oblivion. We will be doing a trailer tune-up. This is where James and I...
Tune it up, baby.
Yeah, this is where James and I, we take a movie that we've already reviewed the trailer of, and then take a look at the second trailer, because that first trailer usually, like, if James and I walk out of it and we're like, oh, we need to see more. This is when we fucking see more, right here.
Yeah.
And obviously, because Captain Marvel, pretty big deal, we wanted to give another look, see what was going on
We
here.
don't normally do this with movies that both of us have given a need to see it to.
Yeah.
So,
like, you have to fuck up if you...
As a surprise to no one, both of us gave the first Captain Marvel trailer a need to see more.
Yes,
Yep.
And the reasons why we gave the first trailer a need to see more was... didn't really get too much of Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel trailer.
No, that's true.
It was basically just
Nick Fury show.
Yeah, it was a Nick Fury show, which was a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel proper had, 4 lines in the trailer, and
Not
3
many.
of them are generic.
Yeah, they're pretty generic, but now we have another one.
Now we have another one. She talks a bit more.
Yeah, to judge. Mm-hmm. To judge a lot. So we're going to critique the hell out of it.
So let's critique it. Hit us with it, James. What do you think?
It's good.
Yeah, it's better.
It's a little better, in terms of our broad rating system, not enough better for me to
need to
bump this up.
Yeah. It definitely hones in more on the who am I at the center. But...
And that's fine. It's clearly like a case of amnesia or forgotten identity, kind of a switchover of lives at whatever point Annette Bening found her and made her what she is now. we got a little bit more background into that, but also that's not the stuff I'm not interested in. I'm really not that interested in finding out the mystery of like what
are these powers?
It's
a superhero movie. You can just give them powers.
Yeah,
I'm fine with
I
it.
assume they'll have powers.
Yeah.
It's a superhero movie. It's kind of a lot of the same.
Yeah.
From that first trailer. And like I said, I thought the look of her in the costume with the mohawk helmet, super badass looking, and we got more
really
of
good,
that in this trailer.
Yeah.
So that was really great. Music-wise, pretty underwhelming. Nothing really stood out to me.
Everything is epic. You can tell by the key that we're performing the song in.
From the get-go, really.
Yeah. It did. It really kept the same vibe throughout the entire trailer, which made it kind of feel longer than it was.
It's so weird because after movies like Thor Ragnarok, they really branch out.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians
was
of
the
the
one
Galaxy.
that was like, okay, we're going to mix shit up. We're not necessarily saying, oh, you need pop songs all day, every day.
Not at all.
But I think just having some variance in the score is helpful for a trailer to give you like a broad palette of what
exactly the right music cue drives a trailer. And I think if you have the wrong music cue from the get-go, like you're already on uneven footing. And I feel like that's kind of you're making a movie that takes place in the 1990s.
Yeah. Which they really let go of.
You don't get that.
Yeah.
Like you
really
got that. The only time
trailer.
you got that in the first trailer was because she fell through a blockbuster.
Yeah.
There's no other hint of that. And in this one, there's zero hint of that. I'm like, are you gonna be having fun with that or no? Because I'm not getting that vibe at all. So that was kind of disappointing too. I don't know, man. And Brie Larson's first line saying heroes. Epic warrior heroes or whatever, noble warrior heroes or whatever, was very wooden. It reminded me a lot of my initial reactions to Felicity Jones' lines in the Rogue One trailers. Remember how I thought her delivery was kind of just like bland?
Yeah.
In the rest of the trailer, I thought she was animated enough and like had enough inflection on stuff, but that first line was just strange.
I mean, even then, not that animated. I mean, like, even her with the cat at the end is like just I thought a fairly flat, like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty flat. I think so. Yeah.
It's just sort of frustrating because, like, I want to have an interesting character. And bear in mind, I understand that the character is trying to actively figure out who they are. But I think to have a vacuum at the center of that question isn't necessarily a great idea.
The way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. This doesn't look bad though. Like I think I'm being a little harsh on it. It's disappointing because this is Marvel's first female-led superhero movie, and I feel like it could be doing better. Like, I was jazzed for Wonder Woman. I thought those trailers were, like, really getting me hyped up and really sold me on what was unique about it. And there just doesn't feel that, like, there's that much of a unique spin to this movie.
Yeah, it's definitely doing its best to sell her as, like, badass, I think. I think that's all it's going for.
And I like the badass stuff. Keep the badass stuff.
Yeah, but then also give me something else.
A little bit more.
Yeah. When I'm saying I'm interested in knowing about this character, I don't mean her powers. Like, that's not really that interesting to me. Her past and who she was, why is it important for her to know what her past is? If she truly believes that she is just like this alien that's here to like end wars and stuff, why does it matter to her that she has these memories?
Yeah.
Are they intrusive to her figuring
out a mystery or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is the drive for her to be going through all of that? What is Nick Fury's drive to be like, we better figure out if you're a pilot or not, bud?
Yeah.
Even though we kind of like answer that in the trailer. There's just like a bunch of questions that are kind of left hanging out there.
A marvelous set of questions.
But at the same time, these aren't necessarily questions that I want answered in the theater because I already have an entire litany of superhero films that are sold on look at how fucking badass this
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
The Infinity War trailers, that's all that those were. Was just like, look at everything's fucking coming together and it's badass.
Well, I liked that one.
I know. But like, I was kind of lukewarm on it for that reason, because I was like, but who the fuck is this Thanos guy? Why do I need to care about Thanos? And yeah, I mean, like with Captain Marvel, it seems to be kind of falling into that same level of we're trying to sell you on like, you know, this is going to be a big epic. But at the same time, well, yeah, motherfucker, but you put out 5 of these a year.
Yeah.
Like, that in of itself
I've seen
special.
epic. You're telling me this is going to be more epic than Avengers Infinity War. In terms of, you know, just the term epic
And
scale.
regardless of what you thought of Avengers Infinity War, the answer's no.
It's
Like,
it's epic.
Yeah.
It's one of the most epic movies.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I don't know. I'm saying have more fun with it. These trailers need to have more fun with it.
Are you telling a female superhero to smile, James?
No, I believe I did accidentally say that in the last time we reviewed
Did you
this.
really? Oh, God, and I missed it. That means I'm complicit. That means I'm also bad.
That's
We're
true.
sorry.
You're part of the problem.
I am
Rick.
part of the problem. We try our best to be PC as fuck.
No, I'm not. At this episode, I am saying the editors of the trailer need to do their best to have more fun with the time frame, the setting, like have a little bit more fun with promoting this movie, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
and
what
I mean,
I'm saying.
If the movie itself is like bone dry serious and Brie Larson is just super wooden in it, then, well, you got 4 months.
Yeah.
Fucking do some reshoots, guys. Like, Jesus, please. All right.
Tuned up, I say.
Tuned up. It's leaving the shop exactly as how it
Yeah,
came
we do
in.
that a lot.
Yeah, really.
I don't know how we stay in business, but we do.
But here we are. But now, here we go to the main drag. Sure.
Ugh, sorry.
So, we're going to be vroom vrooming our way to our first teaser, which is not one frontier. It's not 2 frontiers.
It's 3 frontiers.
Sure shit ain't 4. That's too many frontiers.
3?
This is triple frontiers.
See, I just have the grammar wrong.
First things first. Any man here that wants to walk away can do so knowing they're the best of us. But it's gotta be now. There is no ground support. The injuries we sustain, we're walking out with. Make no mistake about it. You guys need to own the fact that we do not have the flag on our shoulders. You cannot go back to your normal life after tonight.
This is Triple Frontier. It is directed by J.C. Chandor, co-written by him and Mark Bowl. This is starring Charlie Hunnam, Ben Affleck, Pedro Pascal, Oscar Isaac, Garrett Hundland. Our random shout out, because we hear a trailer hitch, we think that the top billed actors, they tend to hog all the credits. So
Especially these guys.
Yeah, we like to find, random members of the cast and give them shout-outs. But I'm going to do something different because, you know what? We've been neglecting the crew.
Shaking it up here.
So I am going to give a shout-out to Jay Hart and Roland Trafton, who are the set decorators. Hey, Jay and Ro, good job, buds. You set decorated this movie.
You decorated that set. All good. Well done.
Yeah, no, when we were inside of that car, believed it was a car. And we can thank Jay and Roland for it.
That's right. They built that car from the ground up.
All right, but what are people doing in cars? What the hell is this movie even about? So get this. Ben Affleck gathers these dudes and is like, here's the deal. We're going to do this thing tonight, and if we even get out, like, nothing is ever going to be the same. Now, bear in mind, that's, like, kind of cool, but, like, they really have Ben Affleck hit that same basic line like 3 or 4 times. I don't know if you caught that too, where it was like,
not even just Ben Affleck, but there was a woman talking to Oscar Isaac too that was just like, we can't, like, you, like, we're gonna be dead out if this it goes bad or something like that. I'm like,
it's like,
yeah, we got that. I
yeah,
think.
and then directly after that, Ben Affleck's like, you can't go back to your normal life after this, and it's like, we know, but then we actually get them trying to plan the mission, which is to steal $75 million from the Mexican drug cartels.
One guy in particular?
One dude in particular.
Okay. I thought it was like a one heist thing, not just like a chain of heists,
And
right?
yeah, exactly. It's like them going in with military gear. A big thing that they were selling throughout all of it was these guys, some of those like bullshit, like we have to do this, even though like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
But they feel like they have to do it because they don't really have lives. And like having served in the military, and in particular, one of them had been wounded, shot 6 times, and was like barely making ends meet. And
Right.
so the idea was, hey, we had put in this much commitment in any other profession, we wouldn't be here right now. We'd be set for life. And so there's definitely this undercurrent of, man, you know, if we took care of our veterans, like they probably wouldn't feel the need to go and rob cartel members.
So many of our veterans are going to rob cartel members. There's
Yeah.
just so many
This
of
is
them.
This is ripped from the headlines of today, yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. You're probably sick of hearing about
Yeah.
these stories.
You only learn your lessons through Hollywood movies.
Exactly.
So here we are.
Yeah, finally they
Here
got
we
one out.
all
They
are.
saved more veterans through this. Yeah, so the action in this looks fairly standard, I guess, would
Yeah.
be the way I would put it. It's
I think it looks better than standard. I think it looks good. Not as good as, say, like Mission Impossible Fallout.
it's this strange thing where like I don't feel like the action present is necessarily going for Mission Impossible Fallout. It's not trying to knock your socks off. And in particular, Ben Affleck shooting that dude in the doorway, keeping it at a wide angle kind of helps keep it like detached and very militaristic.
Yeah, militaristic night, yeah.
The interesting thing is it feels like that's what this film is going to go for, and it's more interested in those quandaries of, man, look at how shitty we treat our veterans.
But then you got a guy dangling out a helicopter while it's going sideways.
And then also, like, the trailer's like, you know, okay, here's every shot we have of dudes running toward camera with guns yelling.
Yeah.
And let's make a super cut of that. And it had hit the point where I kind of felt like, oh, this is probably just within the last, like, 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
If that. It's probably mostly going to be that setup. And how interested am I in that setup? And right now, it's like, sort of.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I definitely think having that broader theme of look at how fucking empty all of these guys are, and what else are they supposed to do when, like, all we've done is taught them to kill and to run these intense military operations. What the fuck else are they supposed to do? And it does raise some interesting questions, but it seemed as of right now that their target was fairly arbitrary, you know? It's not like, oh yeah, this dude in particular does X, Y, and Z, and that's why we gotta take this motherfucker down.
Yeah, they didn't give our main characters a personal connection to this guy.
It's like he's a bad dude, clearly drug cartel. That's why he has $75 million just around.
Yeah.
Why not pick someone who likely would be easier to rob from?
Yeah.
All of those questions were definitely like left hanging for me a little bit. And so then,
And I'm not saying you have to have like all the characters have a personal reason for it being this guy.
No,
like
totally.
Emily Blunt didn't have a personal reason in Sicario for, you know, going after the specific people she was just thrown in, you know.
Yeah, and that was the point
this
of
is
the movie.
This is the job. This needs to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know who the people are.
But like that, I definitely think at a different angle of like she was doing her job as a cop, and then the shadowy government, CIA, FBI comes in and says, okay, we're picking you. And so not only is part of it like, okay, this is the job, I want to prevent the shit that I saw as a cop from happening, but it's also, why the fuck did they pick me? And like, what is my specific role here? Which I think that's the stuff that led Sicario into really interesting and
Territory, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like more mysterious territory.
Definitely.
And I'm not saying that Triple Frontier has to have like those specific angles, but I do think that Sicario is a good example of like how to make that shit work, of being mindful of those questions. Why are they picking this particular cartel member?
It's hard not to compare them because they're both about, you know, going off the record, you know, to take on the cartel.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, they both deal with militaristic action. They both kind of look visually, too. I'm not saying this is as good as Roger Deakins, because it's
no one is as good as Roger Deakins except for Roger Deakins.
But it looks like it's trying to emulate the same look that film had, I thought. What did you think of it?
Overall, I would say this is a need to see more.
Okay.
Like, there's definitely some interesting angles that are coming in here. I do think that I just need a little bit more to get, like, just more of a general sense of why this particular mission. And also the fact that the Type On refers to this as one of the biggest cash seizures ever attempted, I feel like gives me a little bit more than I want to know.
Ooh, see, I'm glad I didn't catch that, and now I'm sad that you pointed it out to me. Because we're here to talk about the trailer.
If like 5 military dudes legit stole $75 million worth of shit, in theory, we probably would know about it, you know? But at the same time, yeah, I think to at least give me a little bit more mystery as far as that first trailer is concerned, where it's like, wait, fuck, did it actually happen?
Right.
How about you? What do you think?
I think the star power of this one took it a little bit further for me than it would have gone initially.
Oscar Isaac.
So yeah, the cast got me kind of interested, but I don't know. I kind of wavered a little bit near the end. I think it feels a little derivative of stuff I've seen before, and
definitely Mark Bowles seems to operate under a very similar type of movie.
Is that the director?
That's the co-writer.
Oh,
so
co-writer.
That's like
okay.
The Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30.
Oh,
sorry, that was a need to see more.
Did I not say it, Kevin? It's a solid need to see more for me.
Solid need to see more. Okay, we got 2 need to see mores. We'll see if things are looking brighter with this next trailer. This is Brightburn.
Ooh, nice.
You are different. After your dad and I got married, we prayed for a baby for so long. One night, someone listened.
All right, feel the Brightburn. This is directed by David Yarovesky. Written by Mark and Brian Gunn. This is starring Elizabeth Banks, Meredith Hagner, Matt Jones, David Denman. And our random shout out, we're going to go with a cast member, is going to go to Gwen Parrish, who plays middle school kid / stand-in. Hey, Gwen, you stood in, you went to middle school, you've done it all. You're awesome. Good job.
That's right. Well done, sir.
Ma'am.
Yeah,
it's a Gwen.
Okay.
It's 2018. Gender is a fluid concept.
That's true. That's what I was thinking.
Gwen might identify.
When I said that.
However you identify Gwen, we support you.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is Brightburn. Basically, what if Superman was a dick? Kid crash lands from space. Family on a farm is like, we'll take care of him. And mostly the family is like, something's fucking off about this kid.
Yeah.
Who would have thought someone who fell from the sky would be strange? And gets like super obsessive about drawing this strange symbol. Then eventually he harnesses his powers and then just starts fucking shit up. Predominantly, if you were to say work in a diner, you're not going to be in for a good time because this kid just wants your blood for some reason.
Yeah.
And
he wants you to be afraid first, though.
Yeah.
Because he'll draw the symbol a billion times on the windows.
Yeah, exactly.
He just really gets off on people being afraid of him.
Yes.
Yeah. Classic superhero stuff.
Classic superhero stuff.
I mean, it's Batman, really, all over the place.
So I don't know about you, but definitely the end of the trailer where it just went straight horror, that's when my interest really got piqued. Because that's when it became like a really interesting, oh, right, if a superhero wants you dead, like,
you're dead.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. And
yeah.
like that is inherently pretty terrifying, and especially from the context of a child trying to figure out their powers and not necessarily understanding the full consequences of their actions through those powers. Yeah, that could be like really fucking scary. I think all the stuff with the parents just kind of like, oh, he like put a fork in his mouth and the fork came out weird. What? Like that sort of stuff. I was kind of like, all right, wrap it up. Like let's get to let's get to the full potential of this idea. And once it hit that full potential, that's when I started to become pretty interested. But how about you?
I liked all of it.
Okay.
Even the parts that wasn't really doing it for you, like the fork bit, I thought it had a purpose, because that's coming during the dad's voiceover of he's not down with this kid anymore. Like, he seems to just be like, this was a bad idea and I regret everything.
Yeah.
And that voiceover is happening when he like goes and looks at the fork, and I think it just helps drive home the dad. Maybe
true,
there's
but-
lack of dad stuff.
Yeah, like the dad, that angle is really cool. I think if, and that's something that I guess I'd want more played up in the movie versus the trailer.
Oh
of,
yeah, I
like,
would want that more.
the mom and the dad kind of being at odds, of the dad being like, I don't know how we're going to, but yo, we should kill this kid tonight. Like, we just to keep us safe, to keep the world safe. And the mom being like, let's hear him out. Like, I can get to him.
Yeah,
I'm Elizabeth Banks.
He's got
I
good.
directed at least a couple Pitch Perfect movies. I can save this kid.
He's got good in him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the first
that's-
line anyone have ever said to a villain. It's
Right.
just like, oh, they have good in them.
I can eke this out.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
And that's totally a fair point, man. I just wish that it was something a bit more impactful.
Sure.
Other than
No, that's
like
fair.
him sticking a fork in his mouth.
I think that's fair. But no, I was really into it. The visuals at the very beginning are, it's not trying to hide it. This is like trying to be like a carbon copy of Man of Steel. Not even just Superman, but the visual look of how Man of Steel was, that first Zack Snyder Superman movie. They very much wanted people to key into that. And I think that goes for the parents being all like, oh, through the beginning too. That goes
and
with
like
it.
immediately in the beginning.
Yeah, because
totally
it
earned
helps
and wanted.
once the turn comes in the trailer where it goes straight horror. You are just you're more into it then, because you thought it was one thing, or maybe you knew it wasn't that one thing, but you were interested to see where they were going to go with it. Like even the titles, the chirons, the words that popped up on screen at the beginning were very, superhero-esque and Man of Steel and hopeful. But at the end, the word Brightburn is like horrific. Like it was written out in blood with like a claw.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great journey. To go from here to there, and the journey in between was just a lot of fun. Like, I was really into this trailer, but I still think there's room for more here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think this is a perfect trailer by any means. It didn't like knock my socks off. Like you said, I'm interested. You got my interest. I don't think it's quite enough for me to go full need to see it yet.
Yeah.
But I am very interested. I like the visual style. I like the aspect of, taking something you think and turning it on its head. And it looks like it could be like pretty effed up, man. So I would like to see more though.
No, and I definitely would like to see more too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, now that we're talking about it, definitely getting more of the potential conflict between the husband and wife, I think, would be really interesting.
Right? If that's the way they go with it.
If that's the way they go with it.
I haven't really caught on to any animosity between the two parents.
Yes.
But it might be there, but it also might not.
Yeah.
Might be a pipe dream.
Especially if the film is structured like the trailer, and maybe it's not, but if the film is, for the most part, this kid seems pretty strange, and then the last act or two of the movie is just like horror through and through.
Yeah.
If that's the case, fuck, I hope that there's conflict between the husband and wife. Like, there's gotta be.
Now that you say that, I'm very interested to see how they would balance out those two sides of this style, this look,
Yeah.
to go from, whoa, what oh, this is like the superhero origin, and this is not the superhero movie that you thought the beginning was. It's weird. I'm very interested to see how the movie balances that out. At what point does it make the switch? Or is it just like bits and pieces throughout the whole thing? Is it just well balanced throughout?
Yeah.
That might be more interesting, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
We will see.
Or maybe not. We might not see if we see another trailer.
Because it's a need to see more.
And then we don't like the other trailer.
We're not on the hook for shit.
That's
right.
It's all up for grabs.
All right, but you are on the hook for this next trailer because it is Marvel.
Why am I on the hook? Oh, Marvel, of course.
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing this regardless, but we're going to do our due goddamn diligence.
Or is this
mostly just, well, I want to see this in a theater.
I mean, this could be the first one that I don't go see in theaters.
I don't believe that
No,
for
no,
a
and
second.
I couldn't even get through that really without smiling.
It's because it's the end, or should I say the end game?
Don't say that.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost. All of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
This is going to work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Checkmate, DC. This is Avengers Endgame. This is directed by the Russo brothers, starring everyone. Our random shout out is going to go to a crew member. I am going to go with Donnie Carrington, who does stunts for this movie. You are one of 114, Donnie, but you're special to me. Special to me.
And special to the listeners of this show now.
Fuck
Congratulations.
Yeah. Go Donnie.
So let's talk about Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Which is, surprise, surprise, we have a title now. It's Avengers Endgame, Avengers 4. Should I go through this one?
Yeah.
Should I do it?
Yeah, do it.
All right, guys. Open. Fade from black. We are in the deep of space with a decrepit looking Iron Man helmet, half decrepit. Look, I can't stress enough how decrepit the Iron Man helmet is. And the eye lights go on, and Tony Stark is sitting there across from it, just talking into it. He's about to leave a message in the helmet in case someone stumbles across his frozen, horrifying corpse. He's dying. He's in the Guardians.
Super in depth.
He's in the Guardians.
I'll just call out the shots as you're describing this. This is all what you're seeing right now is in a medium. Keep going.
Anyway, he's leaving a message to Pepper Potts.
Yeah, we're gonna do a
his
medium
wife,
close here. Yeah.
And well, don't do this. I'm putting an end to that joke right here. I'll speed it along. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So he's leaving a message for Pepper Potts. Things don't look good for Iron Man. He's floating in space on the Guardians ship. Last we saw him, he was... Look, we don't have to get into last we saw him, do we? Yeah. How did he get there? I don't know. I've never seen the last one. Just kidding. So then we cut to Earth.
Yes.
And we start diving into the characters that were left behind post-Snap... Snapocalypse?
Snapocalypse,
Is that how the people were calling it?
Yeah, at least according to the ribbons everyone was wearing on there.
Right, yeah. So it's a lot of figuring out who survived, who's missing, who's confirmed dead, and then where to go from here. It seems like a lot of despair. They can't really figure stuff out. It's Captain America, the Black Widow kind of talking it through and being like, oh, like, what are we going to do? Then we get a little bit of other stuff. So Scarlett Johansson goes and sees this hooded figure with a sword. And he takes off his hood and turns around and, shocker, it's Hawkeye. Without a bow and arrow, he's got a sword now. I don't know if you know that.
I caught it.
And a new haircut.
Yep.
Luckily,
there were 3 barbers left.
So
after the
Hawkeye looks like he's in despair. Look, it's grim. Look, what I'm getting at is it's grim. It's grim for
all
everyone.
pretty grim, yeah.
And who we don't really touch base with is Thanos, who is, in a way, the main character of Avengers Infinity War. He's the one with the arc, he is the man with the plan, and he's the one who succeeds. Spoiler alert. We do get shots of him. It's like him It's like a close-up of his hand brushing, like, wheats as he's walking through a field. You know, very gladiator-esque. It's a shot.
Sure.
It's a shot that you see a lot. And then you see his armor on, like, a scarecrow. He's definitely deserves some R&R after decimating half the population of the galaxy.
And certainly
universe.
The end of Avengers Infinity Wars gave me the impression that that's what he was looking to do, was just to kick back, have a couple of brews, and he could have more than a couple now because the resources would be safe and plentiful for everyone.
Yeah, unless the snap also wiped out half the beers in the universe.
It was all living things, and technically plants
Bacteria?
are living. Yeah, and bacteria.
Beer's got bacteria, right?
Yeah.
Look,
God, maybe he didn't think the plan out.
He might have picked a planet that there's something. Look, it's not important.
Not important.
Thanos is not really a big part of this trailer. It's mostly about the fallout of the survivors from the snap.
Yes.
Thor is looking grim. Look, I feel like I don't need to keep saying the people look grim. Everyone looks grim in this trailer.
We can say that Spider-Man looks a bit chalky.
Spider-Man? He's not... because he's dust. There you go. Everyone seems very serious. It's very serious. It's very dark and dismal and grim, like I said.
To be fair, I mean, like, because I know I kind of gave Infinity Wars' trailer shit for doing that last year.
Yeah, but there was
at the same time,
there was hope in that one. There was epicness.
At the same time, I actually feel like the grimness is earned here.
Oh, it's earned.
Because...
Yeah. I'm not taking the piss out of it.
Sure.
I'm just describing it. I don't know any other way to describe it.
It is very grim.
Yeah, and the music.
Lots of scowls.
Yeah, the music matches. The music matches the color palette and matches the scowls on the face.
Did you think that the fucking epic key of the score through this, did this bother you the same way it bothered you for Captain Marvel?
Well, no, I don't think it was that epic key. I think it was more subdued.
You think it was built a bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it worked. Like you said, it everything in this trailer is earned from the previous movie, from what we watched these characters go through, because look, these are event movies. These trailers are not for people who have never seen a Marvel movie. It's not even for people who seen every Marvel movie but didn't quite get around to the last Avengers Infinity War. You have to be caught up to see this trailer and to appreciate the trailer. Now, having said that, we are both caught up. Mm-hmm. One of us, anyway, because I don't know your opinions, appreciate the trailer, but at the same time, and here's where we're going to dive into us actually critiquing the trailer, I thought this was a very underwhelming trailer. I agree that it's hard to make a trailer for a movie like this. How do you do it? How do you follow Infinity War with a trailer that has everything that people want when you also don't want to give anything away? Like, I bet you're not going to go like 25 minutes into this movie without something intense or like holy shit happening. You know what I mean?
It's kind of weird, and like we've run into it a few times with this podcast where we are reviewing a trailer one that more so plays as a teaser than anything.
And that's why I wanted to put this in a teaser showroom, but by our own like standards,
rules, yeah.
Like, especially Marvel is really bad about this. They don't really release teasers, quote unquote. Everything they release has the word trailer attached to it.
Sure.
So it's kind of frustrating because this is obviously a teaser. It's so obviously a teaser. You don't get any sense of a plot. Obviously from the previous movie, we know...
It's basically just kind of like everyone's bummed because this terrible thing happened.
Yeah,
but,
and guess what?
Right, now we're gonna we're gonna do something.
Yeah, guess what? They're gonna try something to win the day again. It's like, of course they are. We know that. So this is just essentially a teaser.
Iron Man Just kind of seems like he's even more hot water
Yeah,
than Captain America is.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit of a disappointment to me, but at the same time, it's hard for me to really pick at it and go, you should have done this, you should have done that, you shouldn't have done that. You know, that kind of stuff, because it's kind of unprecedented to try and promote a movie like this. I mean, it was probably really difficult to promote Infinity War.
Sure.
But, like, this is a whole nother level, I think.
Yeah.
So, we're here to talk about this trailer. I was underwhelmed. This is a need to see more for me. Believe it or not, it really is. There's not much going on in this.
I'm sorry, it's an audio medium, so my jaw dropped to the floor. Yeah, okay. Interesting.
I mean, I did give the first Captain Marvel trailer, quote unquote. I mean, it was kind of a teaser, but trailer, a need to see more. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I definitely didn't anticipate it happening with this film. But I think they're holding things close to their vest, keeping a lot of things under the radar. And I think that kind of doesn't make for a very interesting trailer then.
Yeah. I mean, like, definitely we have to keep everything secret ethos kind of comes back to bite them a lot when it comes to their trailers.
But it's hard to blame them, or it's hard to fault them, because I don't want to know.
It's a really weird catch-22.
It's so hard, right?
But at the same time, I think we can talk about more like the mechanics of the trailer. I mean, the ending button doesn't really work because I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I know how it ends. And so when his name, or like Paul Rudd's picture came up on the screen, I was like, hold up, he didn't die. And so for him to kind of like come back...
How did you know how it ended? You just looked it up?
Someone had told me.
Okay, all right, fine. Sounds good.
I'm actually like 70% sure it was you, but...
I probably would. I would have told you, yeah.
But I felt like that was kind of a weird choice, because if you are super into those Marvel movies...
Which I am.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like a fun surprise, I guess, because it's like, well, yeah, he didn't get snapped.
Well, no, but it's more, how did he get out of the quantum realm? Because he entered the quantum realm, and then all of the people who got him there vaporized, snap-ashed, you know. So how did he get out? We don't know. But now we know, obviously, he gets out somehow. Going off of that, I also don't think it fits, because this is a super dismal and bleak trailer. Obviously, they wanted to breathe some humor into it, but this one didn't seem like it was... It seemed like, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me as the humor that it was intending to be. I don't know why. It just wasn't quite enough.
Ant-Man is like C League in terms of like the Avengers world.
If that.
So it's like not that fun of a reveal. Like, it's kind of like having Hawkeye have like a cool reveal in the trailer. It's like, well, he's Hawkeye. Like, it's not sort of neat, but at the same time,
I mean, it was neat for me.
It's one of those things where it's like, in retrospect, y'all probably should have kept Black Panther alive. If I saw Black Panther in this trailer, I'd have been like,
look, they have a plan.
Fuck yeah, we have a plan.
Kevin Feige has a plan. He's got the whiteboard. He's got the whiteboard.
We all know he's got that whiteboard.
He flips it over. He's got the other half of the whiteboard. He's got a plan, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, in terms of, I think it wraps into what I'm about to say, sort of wraps into this. So we were actually anticipating there being a Spider-Man trailer for this episode. Spider-Man Far From Home. That's the next Spider-Man movie coming out. Marvel announced it, and they premiered it at a Brazil Comic-Con, but it never aired. And I was just like, you gotta do Spider-Man before Avengers, because otherwise you're putting the weight on the Spider-Man trailer to be like, oh no, Spider-Man's alive now. And now we're promoting his fun movie. What I'm getting at is, I was surprised that in this Avengers trailer, the button wasn't showing like Spider-Man alive, knowing that the Spider-Man trailer was coming. I thought that was very strange, because now you're putting all that pressure on the Spider-Man trailer to like let people know, like, hey, he's alive, and that probably means everyone else who died in the first Avengers movie is up for grabs for being alive too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think it was more important for me that it was in the Avengers trailer.
It'd be ballsy, but man, do you know how cool it would be if they either gave me a Spider-Man or a Black Panther movie where it just stars a pile of dust?
How about just like a webisode?
Yeah, a webisode.
Just a webisode.
I would totally be cool with a Spider-Man webisode.
They used to do the Marvel one-shots. It could have been perfect.
Totally, man. And I mean, like, the main villain is just like a dustbuster or something. Just maybe a broom.
Well, just the janitor.
I'd see it.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. The trailer was pretty underwhelming for me, which is why it is a need to see more. And Kevin, did you say yours? I can't remember.
I'm gonna need to see more.
Okay.
It's one of those things where, I feel like the humor at the end is a little bit misplaced. I feel like, because you're right, and I do ascribe to the theory that Thanos was the protagonist of Infinity Wars. Because again, a protagonist doesn't have to be a good guy. A protagonist is just the person who is trying to make change in the story. And that is 100% what Thanos is doing. And the decision to not show him is super interesting. Because, right now it's very much we're beat up and we're kind of sad. But we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, Q Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
We're coming back, baby.
But then you don't even give us, like, a part of the montage of Eye of the Tiger. Like, I don't even... and I think that's a good point. That is something that this trailer is really missing. This is definitely missing Captain America running up a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Not literally, of course, but, like, just to have some onus of, like, there might be something we can do. And I think... because I'd completely fucking forgot about the quantum leap bullshit with Ant-Man. But that
quantum realm.
You raised a good point where, like, the fact that he is back, that is probably your little hint of, hey, if he could come back, maybe there's a chance other people can.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, it's not, like, concrete enough to really get excited about, really.
No. If he showed up with a boombox, Say Anything style, and started blaring Eye of the Tiger... And then Steve Rogers just looks down and nods.
Yeah.
It's just a smile spreads across his face and goes, "We got this."
As he drinks a glass of eggs.
Thanos is juicing like Ivan Drago from Rocky IV, and Captain Rogers is just like getting all amped, baby. This one's for Philly. I thought you were from Brooklyn. Shut up.
This one's for the half of Philly still left. All right.
Moving on.
That about does it for us,
actually. Moving on to...
We're out.
Finn.
This is another year of Trailer Hitch done. We will have one more episode.
We got one more episode coming up.
We do have one more episode coming, so
annual best trailers of the year episode.
Yeah.
We don't have to be coy. We can tell them.
We don't have to be coy.
We can tell them what's coming.
We don't need...
Give them a little tease.
Sure.
Because
that's what we review. If you want to review how that trailer was, are you at a need to see more, or never need to see, but subtract it and put in here? Are you at a need to hear for our top 5 trailer segment? Please feel free to email us at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com and let us know. Especially if you ended up really loving this Endgame trailer.
Right, yeah.
Let us know why, like what really did it for you.
Because obviously I enjoyed it more than Kevin, but that's not a shocker, right? I did.
Yeah.
But we're both pretty unimpressed with this. So if this blew your socks off, please let us know why or how.
Legit interested.
Yeah.
For sure.
We won't argue you. We're just interested.
Yes. Otherwise, if you want to hit us up on Facebook instead, you can do that if you just search Trailer Hitch. You can hit us up on Twitter if you want to keep those thoughts to 140. No, it's like 280 now. I think I did this last time. However many fucking characters Twitter lets you tweet with now. If you want to keep it concise, feel free to hit us up there at Trailer Hitch Pod. You can also hit us up on Instagram at Trailer Hitch Podcast.
It's a good one. I like that one.
If you could also please rate and subscribe on iTunes, that would be wonderful. You can also find us on Stitcher, too. And importantly, you can also find us on YouTube. If you're like, fuck, I mean, I don't have access to my iTunes and, like, want to listen to you guys, but I'm at work. What can I do? YouTube, baby.
Fucking
hit that shit up.
Just YouTube Trailer Hitch Podcast on YouTube, and you'll find it. And you'll find our beautiful cartoony faces
Damn
which
right.
is
Drawn
a
by
perfect segue into.
Drawn by Rachel Ashley.
There you go.
You can find her at Mighty Creations. We'd like to thank Danny Schmitz of Lost in the Name for the amazing intro song at the beginning of this podcast. We'd like to thank Casey Clowers for the bitching outro you are about to hear in one moment, unless James has something to add.
Just one thing. I would like a cheers.
Okay.
Just because we didn't have any double need to sees this episode, Kevin.
No, we didn't.
And I fear that we're not drinking enough whiskey because of it. So let's down these.
Yes.
And have a good December, everyone.
Yes, everyone, please have a good December.
Yeah.
Please stay safe throughout the holidays.
That's right.
Please have fun throughout the holidays, too.
We'll see you one more time before 2019, but otherwise,
You have a good goddamn rest of your year.
cheers.
Cheers.
You can't mend holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Now you might be thinking, or whatever you said 2 seconds ago. I don't remember, Kevin.
It's too long. Too much time has passed. Go
Well,
on.
what I was going to say is, do you even know what Triple Frontier is? Because it's a forgettable name. Look, I had a bit in my brain.
Okay.
And as I was talking, it just unraveled everywhere all
That
over this
happens
table.
all the time when
And
I'm
I
recording,
feel like I felt like I should draw attention to it instead of making a mess of it so that you don't have to cut it out. Now you can keep in this hilarity. How about that?
I'm cutting all of this.